Yes, everyone, it is right here, the BMW X2 second generation. The first generation was a disaster. I absolutely did not like it, but I can understand the philosophy behind its design. Although it's a bit funny because the X2 had the similar dimensions to a Mercedes GLA, whereas the BMW X1 itself was bigger than the BMW X2, but that was back in the days. Now, right here is the second generation BMW X2, and I'm going to tell you all why it is very different to the previous generation X2. Employing a crossback design for a BMW has always been very debatable, especially with the X6. There were people that loved it, there were people that absolutely hated it. Me, I remain in the neutral zone because for some models it proved to be a big success. However, it's not all pink roses. Look at the rear lights. Historically, when it comes to the design of the rear lights, they always had a strong identity. Something that would make a reference to previous generation BMW models, or something that would overall have a reference to the BMW brand. But this time, something has changed completely, and I personally find it questionable. But then, it does look nice. Just listen to this. Sounds very hollow in there. Now for the rest of the BMW X2, we see a lot of similarity to the BMW X1. In fact, they share the exact same platform. The only difference is at the back. Now this BMW X2 costs 62,000 euros. Is it good value for money or not? We're gonna find out right now. Let's check out this X2. M package. By now you all know very well what this means. Gorgeous alloy wheels with red calipers. Real air vents right here, nothing pretentious. You get parking sensors at the front and at the rear, and you get a 360-degree parking camera. Now this body paint is really interesting. It's called Frozen Pure Gray. Now it is time to check out the interior of the BMW X2. Alright, similar vibes to the BMW X1. Very interesting. Now, the new style door handles are something I have to get used to because I know BMW has a thing for details on their leather. Speaking of leather, let's check this out. Looks nice. I like the detailing on it. And besides, these are sport seats. I did tell you this is part of the M package, right? Oh my goodness, the seats literally hold you in place. That's great. Good news and bad news. Good news is seats are great. They're very cozy. Oh, I even get a support right here. Good. Bad news is there's no electric seating adjustments, so you'd have to do everything by yourself, but it's easy to use, no nonsense. I like it. Now, steering adjustment. Oh, now there's a little problem. I noticed the same problem on the Mini Countryman as well. For some reason, whenever I release the latch for the steering wheel adjustment, the steering wheel moves by 1 millimeter towards the left for some reason. Anyways, so moving it up and down is good. It's fine. It's easy. Just one little thing, another problem I've noticed is that because this is part of the M package, you get a thick steering wheel it's like a mountain bike tire, and it's huge. The steering wheel is huge. It's so big that it takes up all the space in the interior, and this is a bit of a shame because the infotainment system looks beautiful, yet the big steering wheel is obstructing some of the view of the infotainment system, guys. And now the pallets on the steering wheel are also good, but they're a bit too humble. You cannot reach them from underneath or above. Now, BMW has always been known for having a driver-centric interior compared to its German competitors. But as of lately, they've been a bit more humble about it. So this entire center, it does sort of tilt towards the driver, but there's minimal use of buttons. In fact, everything has been moved to the infotainment system. The infotainment system is easy to use, no nonsense. And now there's just another problem. There's no swivel wheel right here for me to have access to the infotainment system. It's all manual. I have to do it by myself on the infotainment system. Practicality. So you get two cup holders right here, but they are just of fixed size, guys. There's no smart feature to them or anything. They're just there. That's a bit odd. Usually BMW, they really do pay attention to some minor details. I know the Volkswagen Group are obsessed with details in this regard when it comes to practicality. Phone holder right here. There's a little thing to hold your phone in place. That's good. I like it. Now, central console storage. To open it, you have to push this button, but it is super shallow. Oh my goodness. Anyways, so the volume control is right there. That's good. And you get a little bit of storage space underneath here, which is shallow, and honestly, I'm not a fan of this kind of concept, but okay, why not? It looks stylish, doesn't it? Glove box. Glove box is easy to reach. It's average for its segment, but there's no smart feature to it. That's about it. Nothing interesting. I look up here, there's no glasses holder, but on the bright side, there is a panoramic sunroof. That's a plus. Now we do have to check out the door bin, everybody. First of all, door handle. Okay, let's talk about door bin first. Door bin is good. It can fit my water bottle in there. It's quite spacious. I like it. Whether it can fit a big water bottle or not, it can, but with a bit of a struggle, guys. Oh, I forgot to mention, there's a 12-volt socket right here and 2 USB points. But see, there's another problem. It looks as if they've been added there as an afterthought. Now it is time to check out the rear seats of the BMW X2. Alrighty, ease of entrance. I just noticed one thing already. My feet room is very good. It's just that because of the driver's seat's position here, my shin is making contact right here with this area, and it's quite unpleasant because it's quite, yeah, ow, that hurts a bit. Anyways, my knees, guys, because of the driver's seating position, my knee is too close to the front seat. There's a bit of space, but if ever it makes contact with the driver's seat or the front passenger, there is hard plastic behind, and that's not going to be a comfortable experience. So just pray that the driver and passenger are generous enough to understand your needs. All right, so armrest right here, pleasant, and bottle holders. Oh, that's great. That's very generous. Now, the door bin, on the other hand, is also good, easy to reach from this area. It's just that the armrest is too high up, so it's a bit odd getting to reach everything down there, but it's fine. Otherwise, the door bin is average for its price and segment. I like it. Headroom. The headroom is good, even though despite the coupe style, well, more like a fastback design, crossback design. Yeah. Despite the crossback design, you get a lot of headroom still, which is good. And the headrest is very squidgy and comfortable. I like it. I really do. And there's a beacon of hope lighting. Right now it's a beacon of hope because it's too dark in the back. And there's a coat hook, and there's a nice handle right here. Nothing to complain about. And you get a nice air vent right there, 2 charging ports, and a very shallow storage space, which I can only imagine what you really use it for. Come on, BMW. So now it is time to check out the boot space of the BMW X2. So to open the door, I was a bit confused. I thought it was down here. But then, like most German cars of today, it's right there. The body paint is not exposed, so therefore it's easy for you to put luggage inside, and you will not make contact with the body paint at all. Instead, you'll make contact with this durable plastic and the nice rubber right here. But the bad news is, there's too much elevation, so you need to make sure you have some muscles to lift up your luggages and put them in the car. Now the boot space of the BMW X2 is very, very pleasant, very spacious. But just one thing to remark is, compared to the X1, there's not much space above the motor volume thanks to the crossback design, but it should not be a big deal. It is good. There's no double floor storage, but there is a lot of space underneath. It kind of reminds me of my experience with the Mini Countryman. It's quite nice. So here's my conclusion of the BMW X2. For a price of 62,000 euros, I have to say that this BMW is good value for money. It is not one of the best, but it is just good. And there's a reason I say this, because competitors, whether they're in the premium segment or whether they're in the mass market, they seem to offer more equipment, or they tend to offer more status. And in both fields, whether it's equipment or status for money, this BMW X2 is struggling a lot. Because when it comes to status, you'd look at something more interesting, like maybe the BMW i4. I also find it very impressive how they have employed the crossback design instead of this generic crossover SUV design. I really like it. So it's like how you have the BMW X6, then the BMW X4, and now we have the X2, which is also crossback. Looks great. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos that are on the run. I will see you all next time.